Diego Maradona, born on October 30, 1960, in Villa Fiorito, a shanty town on the outskirts of Buenos Aires, Argentina, is one of the most iconic and celebrated footballers in the history of the sport. His career, marked by extraordinary talent, dramatic highs, and personal struggles, solidified his place as one of the greatest players to ever grace the football field. Maradona's impact on the game transcended his achievements on the pitch. He became a symbol of Argentine football and a global icon whose influence extended far beyond the sport. His journey from a poor neighborhood in Buenos Aires to the pinnacle of world football, the story of raw talent, passion, and controversy, with a legacy that continues to resonate in the football world and beyond. Maradona's early years were marked by a love for football and a remarkable natural ability that quickly became evident. Growing up in the poverty-stricken area of Villa Fiorito, he faced the hardships of life in Argentina's working-class neighborhoods. Football, however, became his escape and his passion. From a young age, Maradona displayed extraordinary ball control, vision, and dribbling skills, which quickly earned him recognition as a prodigious talent. At just 8 years old, he joined the youth team of Los Cebollitas, a youth division of the famous Argentine club Boca Juniors, and it was here that his footballing journey truly began. His prodigious talent was so evident that, by the time he was 15, Maradona had already made his debut for the first team of Argentinos Juniors, a club based in Buenos Aires. His time at Argentinos Juniors was marked by rapid development and growing recognition, and it wasn't long before the big clubs in Argentina took notice. In 1976, at just 16 years old, Maradona made his debut in Argentina's top division, the Primera Division, with Argentinos Juniors. His performances were sensational, and he quickly became one of the most exciting young players in the country. During his time at the club, he showcased his remarkable dribbling ability, vision, and playmaking skills, quickly establishing himself as a player who could change the course of a match with a single piece of magic. Maradona's skill and creativity were unmatched, and it wasn't long before the best clubs in Argentina were competing for his signature. In 1981, after several seasons of brilliance at Argentinos Juniors, Maradona moved to Boca Juniors, one of Argentina's most prestigious clubs. His time at Boca was brief but memorable, and he became a fan favorite due to his extraordinary performances. He led Boca to the Argentine Primera Division title in 1982, further solidifying his status as one of the brightest talents in world football. Maradona's time in Argentina, particularly at Boca Juniors, cemented his place one of the most highly regarded players in South America, but it was soon clear that his ambitions lay beyond Argentina. Maradona's European adventure began in 1982, when he made a high-profile move to Spain to join Barcelona for a then-world record transfer fee of $7.6 million. His time at Barcelona was tumultuous and marked by both individual brilliance and controversy. While Maradona showcased his talent in La Liga, winning the Copa del Rey and the Spanish Super Cup, his time at the club was marred by injuries, clashes with the club's management, and an infamous altercation with Barcelona's medical staff. Maradona's time in Spain was not as successful as his previous stints in Argentina, but it did provide him with invaluable experience in European football. It was in Italy, however, that Maradona would reach the peak of his club career. In 1984, he made another world record move, this time to the Italian club Napoli. This transfer would become one of the most defining moments in both Maradona's career and Napoli's history. Maradona's arrival in Naples was greeted with immense excitement, as the city had been desperate for a star to lead the team to greatness. Maradona responded to this pressure by delivering performances of unmatched brilliance. He took Napoli from a mid-table team to the pinnacle of Italian football, helping the club win its first ever Serie A title in 1987, a historic achievement that made him a legend in Naples. Maradona's skill and influence on the field were extraordinary. His dribbling ability, creativity, and vision made him one of the most dangerous players in world football, and his impact was felt not only in Serie A but also in European competitions. He led Napoli to their first ever Coppa Italia victory in 1987, followed by a UEFA Cup, now the Europa League title, in 1989, making Napoli one of the strongest teams in Europe. During his time in Italy, Maradona solidified his place as one of the greatest footballers in history. His passion for the game, his love for the city of Naples, and his ability to perform in the biggest moments endeared him to the fans, and he became a living legend in the city. Maradona's ability to rise to the occasion in crucial matches, whether scoring a last-minute free kick or delivering a stunning dribble that led to a goal, made him one of the most memorable players in football history. Maradona's success at Napoli was complemented by his achievements with the Argentine national team. He made his debut for Argentina in 1977, and by the 1980 FIFA World Cup in Spain, he was already a key player for the national team. However, it was during the 1986 World Cup in Mexico that Maradona truly cemented his place in footballing folklore. At the age of 25, Maradona delivered one of the most iconic performances in World Cup history. His leadership, vision, and flair were on full display as he led Argentina to their second World Cup title. Maradona's performances in Mexico, particularly in the quarterfinals against England, became the stuff of legend. In that match, he scored two of the most famous goals in football history. The first, dubbed the Hand of God, was a controversial goal scored with his hand, while the second, known as the goal of the century, was a stunning solo effort in which Maradona dribbled past half of the England team to score one of the greatest goals. Maradona's brilliance throughout the 1986 World Cup led Argentina to victory, and he was awarded the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. His leadership, ability to inspire his teammates, and sheer genius on the field made him the undisputed star of the tournament. Maradona's success in 1986 not only elevated his status as one of the greatest players of all time, but also made him a national hero in Argentina, a country that would come to idolize. Following the 1986 World Cup, Maradona continued to play for Argentina and Napoli, though his career was plagued by personal struggles, including battles with substance abuse and controversies off the pitch. These issues affected both his club and international career, and Maradona's performances became less consistent in the years that followed. He played in the 1990 World Cup in Italy, where Argentina reached the final, but was controversially sent off in the quarterfinals against England in a match that saw Argentina win 1-0. In 1994, Maradona's participation in the World Cup in the United States was cut short after he tested positive for ephedrine, leading to his suspension from the tournament and ending his international career on a sour note. Despite these challenges, Maradona continued to play at the club level, moving to Sevilla and then returning to Argentina to play for Boca Juniors once again in the early 1990s. He would eventually retire from professional football in 1997 after a brief spell with Boca Juniors. After his retirement, Maradona's life took many different turns. He ventured into coaching, managing